Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Rina the Wolf and I'm back with another tipsy storytime video as usual. So, by the title, I guess you figured what I'm going to talk about, and I mean it when I say that this is the last time. In the past 4 months, we have said at least a million times with Wendy that this is over. But this is over. And if you are here for my hate speech, for me to say mean things about her, to antagonize her, to villainize her, you're going to be very disappointed. I'm not here for that. But I have learned a lot of important lessons from these last 4 months, and here's everything I learned. So, most of you know and heard about how much and I don't want to use the word suffer, but we had very rough periods when none of us actually knew how to proceed with this. And here's the thing, and I'm not here to shine myself. I'm definitely not the hero of the story. I was in this story too, and I have also made a lot of mistakes. But here it goes. When I love someone and I grow to care about them, I give them everything. Wendy was showered with gifts, and sometimes, yeah, she did ask for gifts. And I have no regrets about it. Everything came from the bottom of my heart without pressure, without the feeling that I have to do this. And I regret none of that. So I'm like that. Even when she offed me, and I have some proof that she did sometimes, I have at least 2 songs about her, and the number of lyrics are growing. So even when she dissed me, I was there for her. I had been trying to dare for her because truth is, and maybe this is why this whole thing was so messed up, is that I saw my younger self in her. Undoubtedly. And unfortunately. I used to be a person before I moved from the family home who just did not care about anything. When I had to go to university, I did it. My mother and her mother are equally toxic. Well, no offense, Mom, but it's the truth. And I still love you, but it is the truth. And she did the same. She just didn't want to move on, saying that depression is taking the best of her. And since I knew this feeling, I ran along with it. But at the same time, I felt annoyed every time she dissed me, every time when she pushed me away, every time when she rejected my hand, my help. Because I knew, and I still believe this, she is much more better than this. But it's true. If you have ever dealt with depression, you know that getting up is not easy at all. And I also had periods in my life when I just went home from work, from university, and I wanted nothing but to lie down and feel sorry for myself. So I understood this, and I still do. But truth be told, I offered her chances to get out of her situation, and she kept saying no. Like, she just did not want to get out of that. Because that is a similar feeling, right? And new things are very scary, and I can relate to that feeling way too well. So there is actually one regret about this whole thing, and it's not related to her. I regret that I did drag a third person into this whole thing, and she was suffering all the consequences of how Wendy was treating me. This girl, let's call her Becky, was trying to give me everything she could, and she loved me so much. And I tried to love her. We gave it several tries, and no matter what happened, she was there. Whenever I called her, she was there. And I already talked about how toxic I can be. But with her, it's also over, and here is the reason why. So I visited my parents just before Christmas on the 23rd, and I felt uneasy. A couple of days prior to Christmas, I was supposed to meet Wendy, and she promised that she would come. I was at fault because I just couldn't tell her that I was not in love with her anymore. But things started to finally go okay between us, and then I believed that she would come. Last minute, she canceled the meeting because she got sick. So she needed some alone time again, that she forgot to mention. And I called Becky. I actually texted Becky just a couple of hours before I had to go to my parents, and I asked her to keep me company during the train trip. And she had no excuse. She had no reason not to come. She had no objection, and she was there. And she accompanied me during the whole train trip. But I told her that it's not going to change, that things are getting okay between Wendy and me. That was prior she dissed me again. So I spent the holidays with my family, and this time is very sensitive for me. And Wendy ignored me all along. And I felt like shit. And during Christmas, I kept drinking and drinking just to wash this feeling away. Then, before I got home, we started fighting actually on the 25th, I guess. Or was it the 26th? Most probably the 25th, because I was already on my way back home on the 27th. And we said things I'm sure none of us meant. And I just couldn't stop. And I was drunk even hours before I got on the goddamn train. But it is just true about me. If someone wants to get out of my life, it's not going to be easy. I will make them hurt. I will make them hate me because I want them to be gone. I want them to despise me. I want them out of my life. And I want them to do it voluntarily because they hate me. This is a thing I have been dealing with for years. This is not a part of me I actually like. This is one of the parts of me I really, really hate, but it's still there. So we said things, some serious things, and I will not say that I did not mean any of it, because I did mean some of the things I've said. And I know that I have done everything I could for this thing to work. But I felt like shit. I texted Becky on Wednesday to pick me up at the train station, and she did. And during the whole trip coming back home, I was crying because I felt like shit, knowing that I have done everything I could for someone and it was still not enough. And she was understanding. We spent a couple of days together, but I was really bothered by the fact that she let me just use her. So I told her to go, erase my name, forget that I have ever been in her life, and let's just close things for real. This is the only thing I have ever regretted in this whole situationship, that I dragged a third person into this, a third person who has never done anything against me. And still I couldn't love her. But what I've gotten, the things I've gotten from Wendy, cut me deep. That's one thing if you can't love someone. And there's nothing wrong with it. It happens after all. I couldn't love Becky no matter how much she's done for me. But I could never say that I'm doing this for her, that I will save her from myself, that this is about her. If you can't love someone, never say that you're saving them from yourself, or that you're doing this for them. Just say it, I can't love you, that's it. Or say that, hey, it's only about me, I'm selfish and I'm sorry, even though you've done everything for me. And never apologize for your feelings. You can't help them. But if you want to be the hero of the story after you throw someone out, you're the real villain. And you're just self-centered, and you just want to make yourself feeling better, not the other one. Then it's not about the other one. It's only about you and your own conscience and nothing else. So guys, yeah, it's over. I really did not want to talk this much about this. I'm still a little bit hurt, but I'm doing much better. To be honest, I thought this video would be a lot more depressing, and I'm happy it did not turn out to be one. I will be back with a couple of videos in the upcoming weeks about some good news, about some sad news, but I wish you a happy new year. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a big old thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. It means a lot to me. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.